The Los Angeles Chargers, a franchise built on offensive innovation, star power, and some of the most electrifying players in football history. Yet, for all their fireworks, the Chargers have also been defined by heartbreak, close calls, missed kicks, and playoff disappointments that still haunt fans to this day. From Dan Fouts and the Air Coryell offense to LaDainian Tomlinson's record-breaking seasons to Justin Herbert's modern brilliance, the Chargers have always been exciting, but rarely complete. The question now is simple. Will this team ever turn all that talent into a championship? You're watching Spotlight Stories NFL, where every team has a story and we put them under the spotlight. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss an episode. The Chargers were founded in 1960 as one of the original 8 AFL teams by hotel magnate Baron Hilton, son of the Hilton Hotel's founder. They began in Los Angeles but moved to San Diego just 1 year later, where they would remain for over 5 decades. The team's early years were marked by immediate success. They won the 1963 AFL Championship led by head coach Sid Gilman, one of the most influential minds in football history. Gilman's innovative passing schemes laid the groundwork for the modern vertical passing game and influenced generations of coaches, from Dan Coryell to Bill Walsh. Throughout the 1960s and 1970s, the Chargers became known as one of the AFL and NFL's most exciting teams thanks to high-scoring offenses and a flashy West Coast identity. The franchise returned to prominence in the late 1970s and early 1980s under Dan Coryell, whose Air Coryell offense revolutionized how football was played. With Dan Fouts at quarterback and stars like Kellen Winslow, Charlie Joyner, and John Jefferson, the Chargers became must-watch television. Their epic 1982 playoff, the Dolphins, the Epic in Miami, is still considered one of the greatest games in NFL history. Despite all the offensive fireworks, the Chargers often fell short when it mattered most. They reached their only Super Bowl in 1994, led by quarterback Stan Humphries and running back Natrone Means, but were overpowered by the San Francisco 49ers in Super Bowl 29. In the 2000s, the team found new life behind a new core of stars. LaDainian Tomlinson, one of the greatest running backs in NFL history, became the face of the franchise. His 2006 season, with 31 total touchdowns and NFL record, earned him MVP honors, alongside quarterback Phillip Rivers, tight end Antonio Gates, and a dominant defense featuring Sean Merriman. The Chargers were perennial contenders throughout the 2000s. Yet again, postseason heartbreak defined them. Missed kicks, last-second losses, and a string of playoff exits that left fans feeling cursed. After years in San Diego, the Chargers made a controversial move back to Los Angeles in 2017, sharing SoFi Stadium with the Rams. The relocation was met with backlash from fans, but in time, a new era emerged under Justin Herbert, who has already rewritten the team's passing record books. Despite Herbert's brilliance, the Chargers continue to battle inconsistency, flashes of greatness mixed with crushing defeats, from Sid Gilman's pioneering offense to Dan Fouts' fireworks, from Tomlinson's dominance to Herbert's promise. The Chargers' story has always been the same: high voltage, high drama, and the lingering question, when will it finally all come together? Fun fact number 1. Did you know the Chargers were almost called the Los Angeles Mariners? When team founder Baron Hilton created the franchise in 1959, the name Chargers beat out other finalists like the Mariners and Dons. Hilton chose Chargers because he loved the sound of the crowd yelling "Charge" at USC football games. It just sounded electric. Few franchises have a visual identity as iconic as the Chargers. Their powder blue and gold uniforms are widely regarded as some of the best in all of sports. Since their AFL beginnings, the team has worn variations of the lightning bolt logo, a symbol of speed and energy perfectly matching their style of play. In the 1960s, the Chargers' powder blue jerseys and white helmets with yellow bolts became instant classics. Over the years, the team experimented with navy blue and darker tones, particularly during the late 1990s and 2000s. But in 2020, they returned to their roots with modernized powder blue home uniforms and white road sets, complete with clean yellow pants and retro lightning bolts. The redesign was so well received that many fans and media outlets called it the best uniform set in the NFL. The Chargers' stadium history has been as nomadic as the team itself. They began in the Los Angeles Coliseum in 1960 before relocating to Balboa Stadium in San Diego, and later to San Diego Stadium, later Qualcomm. For over 50 years, the Q was synonymous with Chargers football and the roar of the Bolt Gang. In 2017, the team controversially left San Diego for Los Angeles, playing temporary seasons in the StubHub Center, now Dignity Health Sports Park, a soccer stadium that seated only 27,000, the smallest venue in the NFL at the time. Today, the Chargers share the stunning SoFi Stadium in Inglewood with the Rams. Opened in 2020, the $5 billion venue features cutting-edge design, a massive video halo screen, and seats over 70,000 fans. It represents the glitz and glamour of Los Angeles, even as the Chargers continue working to establish their own fan base in the city. Fun fact number 2. Did you know the Chargers introduced the lightning bolt helmet? The Chargers' original helmet, designed in 1960, was powder blue with a bold yellow lightning bolt on each side. It was the first helmet in football to use metallic paint, making it shimmer under the California sun, decades before other teams tried it. The Chargers' golden moments start with their 1963 AFL Championship, the franchise's first and only league title. Led by Sid Gilman, quarterback Tobin Rote, and halfback Keith Lincoln, the team demolished the Boston Patriots 51-10, one of the most dominant championship performances in AFL history. The late 1970s and early 1980s marked the next high point with Dan Coryell's Air Coryell offense. Quarterback Dan Fouts became the first player in NFL history to throw for 4,000 yards in 3 consecutive seasons, revolutionizing the passing game. Their 1981 playoff victory against the Dolphins, the Epic in Miami, remains one of the most thrilling games ever played. Tight end Kellen Winslow's heroic, exhausted performance, playing through injury and heat exhaustion, became a symbol of perseverance. In the 2000s, the LaDainian Tomlinson era brought another peak. Tomlinson's 2006 MVP season was one of the greatest ever by a running back, and along with Phillip Rivers, Antonio Gates, and Sean Merriman, the Chargers became one of the NFL's most talented rosters. Despite frequent playoff heartbreak, those teams brought electricity to San Diego every Sunday. In recent years, the Chargers' high points have come from the arm of Justin Herbert, whose rocket arm and poise have set franchise records and given fans hope for a new era. With Herbert at the helm, the Chargers have remained one of the NFL's most exciting and unpredictable teams. Fun fact number 3. Did you know Kellen Winslow's Epic in Miami game redefined endurance? In the 1982 AFC divisional playoff against the Dolphins, tight end Kellen Winslow caught 13 passes for 166 yards and blocked a potential game-winning field goal, all while suffering from dehydration, cramps, and a gash above his eye. The Chargers won 41-38, and Winslow's exhausted walk off the field became an iconic image of football toughness. For every high, there have been crushing lows. Despite their talent, the Chargers have often been defined by heartbreaking losses, the almost team of the NFL. The 1980 AFC Championship game against the Raiders, the 1994 Super Bowl loss, the missed field goals in the mid-2000s, and the 2010s playoff collapses all stand out as painful memories. The franchise's move from San Diego to Los Angeles alienated much of its longtime fan base, creating an identity crisis that still lingers today. The Chargers also hold one of the NFL's more frustrating reputations, great rosters that can't finish, from Marty Schottenheimer's 14-2 team in 2006 that lost in the divisional round, to recent seasons where blown leads have become routine. The franchise's heartbreaks are as legendary as its talent. Few franchises can claim as many offensive legends as the Chargers. Lance Allworth, nicknamed Bambi, became the AFL's first superstar wide receiver in the 1960s, combining speed and grace with record-setting production. Dan Fouts, the fearless quarterback of the Air Coryell era, redefined the modern passing attack and earned a Hall of Fame spot for his aerial mastery. LaDainian Tomlinson is the franchise's crown jewel, a running back whose mix of speed, vision, and humility made him one of the greatest ever. His 2006 MVP campaign remains iconic, and his emotional farewell in San Diego still resonates with fans. Antonio Gates, an undrafted basketball player turned tight end, revolutionized his position with size, finesse, and an unmatched chemistry with Phillip Rivers. Defensively, players like Junior Seau, the heart and soul of the team for nearly 2 decades, embodied the Chargers' toughness. His passion, leadership, and Hall of Fame career made him one of San Diego's most beloved athletes. Modern icons like Philip Rivers, known for his fiery competitiveness and longevity, and Justin Herbert, the new face of the franchise, continue the Chargers' tradition of star quarterbacks. Fun fact number 4. Did you know the Chargers nearly traded LaDainian Tomlinson on draft day? In 2001, the Chargers traded down from the number 1 pick, which Atlanta used to take Michael Vick, and selected LaDainian Tomlinson at number 5. But according to GM John Butler, the team received last-minute trade offers for the pick that almost sent LT elsewhere. The decision to keep him changed the franchise forever. The Chargers' coaching history has mirrored their highs and heartbreaks. Sid Gillman, the team's first great coach, is considered one of football's founding innovators, shaping the modern passing game. Dan Coryell built on that legacy, creating one of the NFL's most explosive offenses. In the 2000s, Marty Schottenheimer led one of the franchise's most talented rosters, going 14-2 in 2006 before a shocking playoff loss that ended his tenure. In the years that followed, coaches like Norv Turner, Mike McCoy, and Anthony Lynn guided talented teams that fell just short. Today, under Jim Harbaugh, hired in 2024 after his national championship run at Michigan, the Chargers are entering a new era. Harbaugh's no-nonsense physical philosophy aims to finally transform the team's potential into sustained success, something Chargers fans have been waiting for generations to see. Fun fact number 5. Did you know Sid Gillman practically invented the modern passing offense? Chargers head coach Sid Gillman, 1960 to 1969, was a revolutionary offensive mind who introduced concepts like vertical routes, film study, and timing-based passing, innovations that laid the groundwork for today's spread and West Coast offenses. The Chargers entered the 2025 NFL Draft looking to strengthen their offense and add more physicality to both sides of the ball, a clear reflection of new head coach Jim Harbaugh's philosophy. With the 22nd overall pick in the first round, Los Angeles selected Omarion Hampton, a powerful running back out of North Carolina. Hampton is a workhorse with size, vision, and burst, and he's expected to bring a bruising, old-school presence to the Chargers' backfield, exactly the kind of runner Harbaugh loves to build an offense around. In the second round, the Chargers addressed their passing game, grabbing Trey Harris, a wide receiver from Ole Miss, with the 55th overall pick. Harris brings a blend of size and speed and gives Justin Herbert another reliable target. After the departures of several veteran receivers in the third round at pick 86, Los Angeles turned its focus to the trenches, drafting Jamari Caldwell, a defensive lineman from Oregon. Caldwell adds depth and strength to the interior of the defensive line, helping fortify a unit that struggled against the run in 2024. On day 3, the Chargers kept the momentum going with a strong mix of value picks. In the fourth round, 125th overall, they selected Kyle Kennard, an athletic edge rusher from South Carolina who brings quickness and versatility off the edge. The fifth round featured 2 selections: Keandre Lambert-Smith, a dynamic wide receiver from Auburn who can stretch the field vertically, and Oronda Gadsden, II, a tight end from Syracuse with excellent hands and route-running ability capable of becoming a key red zone target. The Chargers added depth to the offensive line and secondary in the later rounds. In the 6th round, they chose Branson Taylor, an offensive lineman from Pittsburgh known for his versatility and steady technique, and R.J. Mickens, a safety from Clemson with strong tackling ability and coverage instincts. Both players are expected to contribute on special teams and compete for rotational roles as rookies. Overall, analysts praised the Chargers' 2025 draft class for perfectly reflecting Jim Harbaugh's blueprint: tough, physical, and balanced. Hampton gives the offense an identity. Harris and Gadsden add reliable weapons for Herbert, and Caldwell, Kennard, and Mickens bolster a defense that needed more bite. It's a draft designed not for flash, but for foundation, one that could finally make the Chargers as tough as they are talented. From the innovation of Sid Gillman to the dominance of LaDainian Tomlinson, from heartbreak in San Diego to rebirth in Los Angeles, the Chargers have always been defined by brilliance and frustration. But under Jim Harbaugh, there's a sense that things might finally be different. The question is simple: will this be the era that finally delivers a Lombardi trophy to the Chargers, or will their legacy remain one of what could have been? Don't forget to like and subscribe to Spotlight Stories NFL, where every team has a story and we put them under the spotlight.